everyone, welcome back to my channel. My friends call me Eddie and I hope you're having an amazing day. Today I am finally doing a video that is my most requested to make, and that is on how I create my A5 binder transparency dividers. That's kind of quite a mouthful. Anyway, I apologize that it is taking me so long to get this to you. You see, for me, tutorials take a lot of time and a lot of planning and a lot of forethought, and I didn't really want to give you a video that's kind of mess. I hope you know that your time is precious to me, so I wanted to make sure that I present a video that is well thought out, organized, brief, but also helpful and comprehensive. Anyway, for those wondering and or new to my channel, I do have a couple of A5 binders here where I use the transparency dividers, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you quickly how they look like. If you want to see more, check out my links above and the description below of videos where I use transparency dividers. Okay, so what you see here are the transparency dividers that I've used, and it's mostly for the chapter 2. This one right here is the portfolio, and this is one of my favorite transparency dividers, and it's of Jimin. So let me just go quickly through you and show you. So that's JK's portfolio, and that's the actual cover of their portfolio or their fofo. And there's RMs, and you've seen Jimin's already. Again, my fave. Once more, because I can't get enough of it. And there's also this one. I also like this a lot. This is the group one. And there's Jin, who is celebrating his birthday today. And that's why I have my astronaut in this side right here. That is actually Wato. And of course, we have Tay. And then we have Hopi. And of course, we have Yoongi right here. So that is the portfolio transparency dividers I have. This is now the transparency dividers I have for, of course, the solo endeavors. And this is Jack in the Box. And so you can see some of them. And here's another Jack in the Box one. And celebrating astronauts is this one. And you've already seen Wato. And here's Indigo. And another Indigo one. This is actually one of my favorite ones as well. And here's Face. I don't have a lot of Face, but this is all I have so far in terms of the transparency dividers. So we're going to add more today. So a few housekeeping items. I have tons of info in my description section, so go check those out. I also have timestamps so you can speed through the content and concentrate on the ones you want to see. So let's not waste any more time and let's have some fun. Woo! These are the supplies that we're going to be using today. And remember, list of and links for the supplies will be in the description below. So go check that out. And let's get going. Okie dokie. With a ruler, a white piece of paper, a Prism Platinum pocket page, a pen, and a hole puncher. I'm going to do some measuring on how I'm going to position our image into a template that I'm going to show you later on. So I'm thinking that the image will sit like so, which is this. It's going to be like this. Look at that template. So first thing I'm going to do is make a hole punch. This is a 3-hole puncher. It is an adjustable 3-hole puncher. I've had this bad boy for quite some time. This is currently set for a 3-ring A5 binder because a A5 piece of paper is actually smaller than this guide that we have right here. I had to create a little guide here, and it's just really a piece of cardboard that I just tape into here. But what it does is it makes my hole punching consistent and uniform all the time, and also much faster and much quicker because I don't have to worry about measuring. I just lean my piece of paper against the guide. Okay, hole punch. So here's our hole punch. And now I am going to use that hole punch as a guide. So this one pocket page for Prism Primer is pretty close to the edge, so I have my hole punch actually positioned appropriately. So now I'm gonna know is what the measurement is from, let me use the inches, the edge of this pocket page to about the edge of this seam right here. And from it looks like it's probably be, this is half an inch, it's probably 0.6. Okay, I'm just gonna put down here 0.6, and that's the margin that we're going to need. Next thing I'm going to do is measure from the seam right here to the edge of the pocket page, and it looks like we're looking at 5/16 because that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 and 16. So this is 5/16, so 6 and 5/16, and if I do my calculation correctly, that will be 6.3125 inches. And then from here, again from edge to edge, the edge of the pocket page to all the way to here. I don't know if you could see. And we are looking at probably 8 and 7/8. So this is 8 and 7/8, and that would be 0.875. And this is the dimensions that we will be using in the next step. Application I will be using to create the images for the A5 binder dividers is Canva. But before I keep going, I just wanted to share a few disclaimers, and that would be I am self-taught, which means I am not an expert in Canva, and what I have learned and what I know is just from experimentation, so like trial and error. Those who know me well know that I hardly read instructions, so there might be easier ways to do things than my way. What I'm showing you is what works for me. And lastly, I'm not sponsored by Canva, nor am I promoting it. I just use it a lot, like in a lot. Okay, so let's just start off by typing in Canva right here, and you should land on this page. For a lot of simple creative pages, you can use the free version of Canva, by the way, which probably what you should do. Now we're going to create a design space or page. So go ahead and click this right here, custom size. In the US, we use inches. So I'm going to use inches here. And then my page will be 8.5, and that's why I have here 8.5 width, and height is 11. And then just click create new design, and voila, this should be my design page or my design space. Then let's go ahead and name this project, and I put it right here, and I'll call it A5 transparency divider. Okay, I'm a little lazy, so I'll just put little abbreviations there. Now we have to create a template to use over and over. To do that, let's go to the left side panel. So this is your left side panel, and click elements. There you go. And here on the search field, go ahead and type grid and press enter. And this will appear, and choose this grid right here. And that grid is going to come and show up in your design space, and it will be completely filling out the page. Now this grid, it's an amazing tool that you can drop an image into, and the image will assume the shape of that grid. Before I show you that, let's resize this grid and position it on the page exactly as we want it. Click on the position up here, and I like to start from the bottom going up. Okay, first thing we're going to do is put a value here on the x-axis. The x-axis actually tells you how you want the page to go across or horizontally, side to side. Remember when we were measuring earlier, this is 0.6. I'm not gonna need to put anything on the y-axis, and the y-axis tells you how far you want to go up or down. So we're just gonna leave it as is. And then on our measurement, the width that we calculated was 6.3125, and the height we calculated 8.875, which is the size of the pocket page, or the size of the image that we want to fit into that pocket page area. And then next we go, I want to go ahead and center this, but I want to center it up and down or vertically. And that's this one right here. I'm going to press middle, and now it's centered vertically, and now it's also positioned where I want to be. Next thing we're going to do is make copies of it. So duplicate it, because I'm going to be using this template over and over again. Go here and you see this duplicate page, and that's a plus sign, and there's a page right behind it, so that is duplicate page icon. Another icon is this add page, and what we'll do is add a blank page to our project. We don't want that, so go ahead and do a duplicate page and see, look at it, the same page, the same template. So let's make several of those. It doesn't really matter how many. I'm just gonna make maybe, I don't know, 5. I don't know if I'm going to use that much today's project, but let's just do that. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is download some images that we're going to be using for our dividers. I like to be in the upload section of the design panel right here. And then the easiest way I like to find images is to just go ahead and go online. And I'll type in Jungkook Golden Images. And voila, I'll choose images here. An image that I'm going to be using is this one right here. Go ahead and click so you can see the menu and copy image. Another way of copying images is to use keyboard shortcuts. And for the Mac, you can use Command C, and for the PC, you can use Control C. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my design space right here, and I'm going to use the shortcut Command V or Control C. Since I'm using the Mac, I usually use the word Command. And go ahead and Command. On this side right here, as you can tell, on the upload section, you will see that my image is uploading. And it will also show up here. And I want this image now to go into the template. And by doing that, I'm going to click, hold, and but ever so slowly, go ahead and drag it into the template, and it'll just automatically go. Release it, and now you have the image where you want it. Now, in order for you to make changes or edit, go ahead and double click the image, and now you can see where your image is superimposed to that template. Your image will always be centered into that template. Now, I do not like this line right here, so I'm going to edit that. And as you can see in the corners, I'm able to move my image so that I can move it to however I want it. So I'm just going to keep it this way. And then when you're done, you can see that the purple line right there, that's what's selected. That's your selection tool. I usually like to click outside, like right here, and click, and it'll bring me back to my image in a template. So that's one thing we're going to do. Now, I've already selected a whole bunch of images online, and they're here. And so I'm going to just be using those instead of going back into online to find some images. Another way to also upload images is to upload images from your computer that you've already downloaded before. And the way to do that is to go ahead and press this upload file, and then go to where that file is, or that image is, and then go ahead and press open right here, and it's going to download into this section, and you can click it and put it into this design space or template. So I'm going to go ahead and choose images that I've already chosen. So I'm going to use this, and then I'm going to click, hold, and move a little, and there you go. And here, I'm going to use this. Click, hold, and move. And then let's see here. Let's try this. I'm going to go ahead and click move. And then let me use this. Click and hold. All right. So those are the images I'll be working today. And as you can see here, this image is a little wonky because it is actually a photograph of the Weaver's album for layover. So I'm going to go ahead and double click and to make changes. And as you can see, I don't see like really big difference in the superimpose. Is probably because the image is as big as the template. I'm going to go ahead and move because I want to get rid of that white sections. See, there's another white section right here. I'm going to move, and I'm actually going to move all the way right there. And then I want to make sure that our little Tiani is positioned nicely. And I think that's what I like right there. So that is now nice. This one right here, I really like it. I'm not going to do anything. And this one as well, I think looks good. Yeah. So double click to open up the image. This one right here, let's see. I think I can move it here a little bit. Great. So that's what I want. And all of the images that I want is all done. And then I usually like to see the entire project. And so I'll go ahead and do the grid view. And so this is what everything is looking like. And everything looks good. Tan here is a little bit off color for me. I kind of wanted to get it closer in the tone as he is BFF. And so let's go ahead and double click Tanny, and it'll put me back to his page. And what I'd like to do is select him, and now you could again see the selection tool, the purple framing, and I'm going to go ahead and edit the photo. What I wanted to see is to put filters on him to change his color because I want him to be a little different. And let's see here. Let me raise this a little bit so I can get a little bit of this color to get close. I think this will be enough. Yeah. Nice. Okay. So I'm now closer to this color, but I think this is a little bit too intense for me. So I'm going to go ahead and lighten it up a little bit. Just lighten the intensity of it right there. I'm going to go ahead back to the grid view to see, and I actually like that color a little bit. So we are all done with the images that we want to use. I'm going to go ahead now and download this. I'll press the share button right here. And then I'm going to download here. And then I go from top to bottom, the file type. You can use either JPEG or PNG. Most printing companies, because I'm going to be sending this to a printing company, use JPEG, but most of them now are also using PNG files. So I don't think it really matters. So I'm just going to leave this as PNG. I don't need to do any of these. So I'm going to go ahead and select the pages, drop down, and says here all pages. Since I'm printing all of the pages, I'm going to leave it at all pages. But if you don't want to print all the pages and only certain pages, go ahead and unselect the all pages and then go ahead and select only the pages that you want to print like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to the all pages, and once you're done, press done, and one more time press download, and it's going to start to download. And the name of my project is PNG. Once this is complete, my computer, for organization purposes, I have it set to ask me where I want to put my downloads, because if I don't do that, I'll like have my downloads all over the place and I really wouldn't know where to find them. So I went ahead and did this. I'm gonna keep it under transparency dividers, which is a folder I previously made, and I'm going to save. All right, and this is what I just downloaded, and it's in a zip file, meaning it's compressed file. And this is what I was going to do, and as you can see, here are the images that I recently just printed. Now let's go ahead and send this to my printer to get it printed. My next process is to send my images to fedex.com, which I'm typing in right now, like so. And you have to log in, so I already logged in. And I'm going to choose here, design print, explore print and products design, and copies and custom documents, or custom documents. And it'll bring me to this. You can just go all the way down and upload a file. Okay, here, browse the files that you're going to upload. A5 right there. Here are all the images that I want. I will go ahead and click the top one. I will use a keyboard shortcut, and that's Shift, and then click the last image and it will select all. Go ahead and open it and my files will be uploaded. Okay. And here are the files. Go ahead and flip through them to make sure that it looks okay to you. Perfect. Okay, so here, let's go from top to bottom. File options will be just the files that you've used or uploaded, which are here. I don't do anything with this. I go next to the print product properties. I'm going to expand that. The size is 8.5 by 11. The paper, it's not laser. I'm going to edit the paper, and I go to cardstocks and specialty. Here are all the cardstocks. I go all the way down until I hit transparency, and I have transparency right there. I am done. I'm going to close this section. My print is full color. My sides are only single-sided. It is portrait, and its prints per page is 1. And it is $10.20, so it looks like it costs $2.04 a piece without tax added to it. And go ahead and add to cart. And here we go. You can press this to show the details of your order. It's still going right there. You can show the details, and the details are what you selected. Okay, so here they are. Keep looking at it and see what you need. Then I go ahead and choose the delivery method. I do in-store pickup, not shipping. If you ship, you have to, of course, pay for shipping. And I think shipping starts at around $9.99. I have a local FedEx that I could send it to. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the in-store pickup. And I'm going to go ahead and proceed to the checkout today. It's quite slow. So here's my in-store pickup information. If you change your mind, you can change to shipping, and you can search the radius to find if there's any FedEx nearby you, and pick up a search. Estimated pickup time if you want to find somebody else to pick it up for you. Go ahead and continue to payment, and you can use a credit card or a FedEx account. Here's how much it's going to cost you. The tax for me is 98 cents. I have to just set up my payment, and then it'll go ahead and finalize this order. And here are some of the transparencies that we just created. Let me show you just a little bit. This and this and Tammy and this as well as this. So let me go ahead and trim one of them at least. Here is my cutter, and I'm gonna go ahead and trim this to size like so, right, and then like so. Okay, and then like so. Right. Okay. After trimming, I do go ahead and hole punch it. So I'm getting out my 3-hole puncher, which is this one, and I'll go ahead and put it in right there, and punch. And here we go. Look at that. So then I'm gonna go ahead and trim the rest of these, and then we'll put it away. All trimmed and hole punch. Let's put these away, and so you can see how they would look like in my binder, my A5 binder. Look at that. So cool. And flip to another one. And this one. Okay. And then another one. Oh, so nice. Then, oops. So, and we have Joonie there, and then last one I'll be putting into this binder is this divider. And the reason I'm doing this last is I wanted to show you that this is actually a mistake. As you can see from here, that the hole punched right through the image. And the reason for that is because the printer or the printer people printed it too close to the left side as opposed to printing it according to what I want. So when you go to pick up your copies, make sure that you bring with you a hard copy as a guide so that you can see if there are any mistakes, and then you can have it fixed while you are there. Let me just show you what the guide will do. So the guide is at the back and my transparency is in the front. Okay, and when I line it up, you can already tell that this, my transparency right here, is off. So this is my guide. My image should have shifted this way, and so that my hole punch will not hit the image at all. I knew this when I picked up my images, but I went ahead and picked up, a mistake so that I could show you what would happen if there was a mistake in your margins or if the printer didn't print it according to your specifications. So if you don't mind that you had a hole punch through your image, this is fine. If you do mind, like I do, then it is not fine. I'm going to go ahead and put this in for now and try and fix that mistake because this probably will bother me at some point. And finally, these two dividers, I will put it away and show you at an upcoming video. As promised, here are some printing alternatives. I believe you can also print with UPS print services. Now, I'm not entirely sure though, so forgive me on that, as UPS is kind of farther away from me, and so I don't really use them. If you don't have the bigger printing service like FedEx, check with your local print shop. Find out what they can do, and I'm pretty sure most of them can have you email them or download images directly to them. If they don't have transparencies, well, you can bring transparencies with you and tell them to just print it on here. And if they do that, they shouldn't charge you for the paper or for the transparencies. You just charge you for a regular, print, right? Standard printing, since really you're really providing your own paper. Now, if you live outside the United States, please let me know what options and alternatives are available out there so we can help out our international friends who ask me, because I really wouldn't know how to answer them. And then finally, can you print at home is one of the number one question. And the answer to that is actually yes and no. And let me explain. You can buy these transparencies at Amazon and other office supplies, and they're made for inkjet printers, like it says right there, and it says right here too. And these are just some of the transparencies I've just been working on. I have tried printing on inkjet printers. I've tried 3 different inkjet printers that I was able to get a hold of. My old Epson, my new Epson EcoTank printer, and also my mom's Hewlett Packard printer. And all of those things were a fail. let me explain. In this particular transparency, or most transparency, you will always have a smooth side. The smooth side, where I'm feeling right now, is usually the non-printable side. And then if you flip it on the back, you will have this rougher side. And the reason it's rougher is so that the ink will be able to, stick to this transparency. The rougher side is the printable side. Now, some transparencies will also have this white strip, and if you could see that white strip, and the reason for that is that some printers will not recognize the transparency, and so you need this white strip so that the printer roller will pick up this transparency and do its thing, print on it, right? The reason that I say no to print at home, because most of us have inkjet printers. And although they say, all of these say that you can print on the transparency, it's a lie. Really, it's a lie. So let me show you. This is one of my more recent experiments. As you can see, it is a mess. And I'll even show you closer. Can you see? Yeah. That thing is still wet. One of these transparencies told you, oh, make sure that you let it sit for a while so that it will dry. Well, this has been sitting for almost a week now, and it's still wet. So this is the reason why I say that you cannot print at home, because most of us have inkjet printers. And the reason why I say you can print at home is because if you have a laserjet printer, okay, you may be able to actually print into a transparency. So here are transparencies printed off a laserjet printer. This is the rougher end, and this is the smooth end. Same here, rougher end and smooth end. Yeah, they dry. Laserjet printers, it looks like it works. But again, like I said, not all of us have laserjet printers at home, or even color laserjet printers at home. However, this is a big however, most workplaces have better models of printers, and most of them use laserjet printers. So, you know what I'm trying to get at? I'm not suggesting that you print at work or anything like that. Wink, wink. But, yeah, okay? I'm, after all, a rule-following, law-abiding, responsible employee. Therefore, I can't be suggesting anything like that. You should not bring your own transparencies to work and print off hours. Most definitely not. So just so you know, I will be denying that you even heard this from me. Okay. Anyway, the transparencies, okay, will probably look better if you flip the image and show off the smoother side, like so. Okay, so it's better that you print the image flipped. And how do you flip an image? Let's go back to Canva and check it out. So let me show you how to flip an image. First, you're going to select that image, which is here. You can see the selection tool, the purple framing, and go ahead and see the word flip right here. Go ahead and flip it. And I want to flip it horizontally this way. Ta-da! All done. You just flipped your image. Okay, so that is all I have for you today. You can now create your very own A5 binder transparency dividers. I hope that you're also able to use some of my funky Canva tricks for other projects. I would love to see what you've created, so please DM me on Instagram. And once again, I am absolutely not responsible for any mischief I may have suggested today. Okay? I know tutorials are usually long and boring. I tried my best to cut it short, but I still needed to make this informative. So I hope you stuck with me till the end. Anyway, I hope you had fun with me today. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any requests or recommendations, please DM me on Instagram. Until the next time, bye.